Hello and welcome to Half Price Reviews. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be looking at Never Take Friendship Personal by Anberlin, their second album. Cue the intro. We have an intro now.
Yes, we do.
Wow, what a great intro. That was great. You tired?
I'm very tired.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
Why are you tired, John?
Well, so we just filmed this entire review. The video turned out fine, but the audio, I messed the audio up. It's all gone, and we don't want to succumb to the camera captured audio. So we're gonna do this whole thing again. It's 11:30 p.m. I just made a new cup of coffee.
Let me put it this way. If this wasn't an exciting album, if this was New Surrender, we wouldn't record another video.
Yeah, we'd be like, let's do it again next week.
Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't seen our video for Blueprints for the Black Market, which is the previous Anberlin album that we reviewed, go ahead and check it out. There's a link that probably appears somewhere here.
I'm not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do that. It's been a while. Hope you're having a happy 2021 and had a good Festivus, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Winter Solstice, New Year's.
Winter Soldier. So, today we'll be deep diving, diving into, we're going into Never Take Friendship Personal. The album title is also the title track of the album. The title track of the album is also the first song of the album. So the album title meaning, there's about a bajillion meanings. Only one of them is interesting and only one of them we're going to talk about. All this information is coming from Stephen Christian, lead singer, oops, my camera's over here now. We changed things up since the last video. Stephen wrote a blog, as we said in Blueprints, going through all of the Anberlin songs and talking about what they mean. So a lot of this information is coming from his blog. So this song, Never Take Friendship Personal, Stephen writes that he woke up one July morning after having multiple dreams of killing someone. He specifically says that this happens in July. So my initial theory was maybe it was July 4th and he went to sleep and there were fireworks going on. The fireworks reminded him of the Ready Fuels music video, and maybe it was dreams of him killing the director.
I could see that being pretty traumatizing, thinking about the music video.
But that has been disproven. He's actually talking about now former band member Joey Bruce, who was one of two guitarists that they had on the previous album, Blueprints for the Black. There he is. There's that sniveling.
That scumbag, man, I want to kill that guy.
Steven says that he was all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and they're a good Christian band, and Joey Bruce is his name. He was in the band for the wrong reasons. So I guess Steven told Joey Bruce about the dreams that he was having about killing him, you know? And Joey Bruce, I guess, said something. In the lyrics booklet, before the lyrics start for Never Take Friendship Personal, what does it say in parentheses?
It says, "You told me to write a song about it, so here's your song, ... And that's something that I definitely had not seen before.
So this booklet has credits for everyone. It has who did the electric triangle, who did the xylophone, who did the booking. It does not have the band members in this booklet. Do you see it? Do you see them anywhere? Do you see any of their names?
Not unless it's an invisible ink.
I thought they were always a 5-piece. So when Joey Bruce left, there was someone named Nathan Strayer who replaced him, and he's in the next album's booklet. But in this booklet, here's what we have. On every page, there is a sculpture of all the band members' faces. So the very first sculpture, it looks like Stephen Christian. I know that face. Anyway, second one looks like Dion, the bassist. Third one, I'm not seeing any hair on his face, so that's got to be Nathan Young, because I'm not sure he went through puberty yet at this point.
Probably, yeah, too young.
And then the last one here, that's got to be Joey Mulligan, the good Joey, the other guitarist, the good guitarist that Stephen didn't want to kill. That's 4 members. So was this album done with one guitarist?
Maybe.
We don't know. Who's on the front?
It's just kind of an empty face.
I think it's Joey Bruce. Here's my prediction. What's on the cover? A Bastion sculpt. That's Joey Bruce.
This is quite the theory, John. This could be completely true. I mean, that sounds plausible to me.
I mean, it's an interesting theory because, I mean, it's a lifeless face compared to everything else that's in here.
And for all we know, maybe Joey Bruce was involved in this album and they didn't want to give him credit, so they just gave no one credit.
That's possible.
This is all speculation, but wouldn't that be interesting if I was right? So Joey Bruce, unfortunately, happens to have the same name as Violent J, one of the clowns from Insane Clown Posse. So you Google Joey Bruce and you see a bunch of...
Probably pretty similar personality-wise.
So the Anberlin Joey Bruce... What a character. Let me tell you about him. After Anberlin
kicked him out.
Metaphorically killed him.
Right.
Kicked him out of the band. He joined a band called Mouse Fire, and they released an album called Wooden Teeth. And that was released a couple years after this album. In my notes I say, guess what the second song off that album is called?
Feel Good Drag.
How did you know that? He was surprised before. It was really great. Guess what the second song off of that album is called?
I took it personally.
It's called Feel Good Drag.
Oh, seriously?
Yes. And it's not Anberlin's. Sorry. For those in the dark, Feel Good Drag is a song that's on this album. Also, on Mouse Fire's album, there's another song called Friendship.
So there's some similarities here, it sounds like.
According to Wikipedia, where it says this in Wikipedia, there's a source, but the source is dead. Apparently, Joey Bruce took many, many shots at Anberlin on Mouse Fire's album.
Okay.
So I started to dissect Mouse Fire's album, all the lyrics and everything, but I very quickly lost interest. It was a very, very bland album. But I did find some potentially interesting lyrics. So here's some lyrics from the song Friendship. You had my back in your songs, but I had you by surprise. I was wasted all the effing, but he didn't say effing.
He said the actual word.
Yeah, he said fudging. Time. And I had not one idea where I was right before each. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds angry.
Yeah, it sounds a little cryptic.
Oh, and then but it goes on. The next line goes, "Go suck it, Steven." Which again is a bit too cryptic for me, but it might be a jab at Joey Mulligan.
Probably. That's interesting.
Thank you. Even the second time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then last thing, really quick, no one talks about this. When our friend Curtis, who will remain nameless, burned us this CD, I put it into my Discman, and I realized I needed to turn it up to really hear it. You know, like most albums, like, you know, I gotta crank the volume to 12, and for this it was like 18 to really like hear it. You know, like he must have burned it incorrectly. You know, and I got the real album, and I noticed, wow, the volume is really low, and it's the real thing. And I thought, I'm just nuts. You know?
Possible.
I'm not. It's a confirmation.
Probably take another drink of that coffee.
I have confirmed maybe I'm not crazy. So Anberlin in 2009, they released a compilation of their first 3 albums called Blueprints for City Friendships.
That's probably not what I would title it. Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No, that's so witty. And on that, I noticed that the Friendship songs were the same volume as the songs on Blueprints and their third album, Cities. And I thought, it's time to do some research.
What did you find in your research?
I took the Never Take Friendship Personal, the song, took the version from this album, and then I took the version from that compilation and I put them in, I forgot it was Fruity Loops or Ableton, but there's a screenshot, and I put them next to each other. There is a difference of 6 decibels. They had to turn these songs up by 6 decibels to match Blueprints and Cities.
6 decibels is a pretty large amount.
That's more than 5. I don't know who messed up. I mean, so Aaron Sprinkle's thebomb.net, and it was mixed by J.R. McNeely, and I've seen his name around. I think he did all the other... I don't know who messed up. Is it mixing, mastering? I don't know. Who cares? But someone messed up.
Maybe that was the reason why Joey was kicked out. Maybe that was the final straw.
Maybe he
screwed up the mixing.
All right, so the very first song, Never Take Friendship Personal.
I remember hearing this like back in high school. I was at my grandma's house after school. It sounds really weird, doing my homework in the basement. And this was on pure volume. I think I heard this track the first time, not from our friend Curtis, who will remain nameless. And this was back before they monetized music online. So on Pure Volume, you could just like load the track, and then once it's loaded, you can just keep on pressing play or replay. And that's literally what I did after I heard this track. Like, I was immediately sucked in by the crunchy electric guitars. My little prepubescent mind was blown away in high school. You know, for the longest time, I thought that the lyrics were in the chorus, "Unless it's gold, never take friendship personal." And that's definitely not what it is. It's, in a sense, gone.
Wait, no, it's more than that. First line is, innocence, gone, lost,
Gone.
gone. And then 2 lines later, it's, in a sense, gone.
Yeah, love the play on words
Put
there.
the words on there. Wow. Wow. So Ryan Clark, lead singer of Demon Hunter, is in this song. He does some vocal accents throughout the song, and he screams. In return, Stephen Christian gave some of his vocals to Demon Hunter. You know that?
No. Where?
Demon Hunter is a song, and it's like, my heartstrings come undone. And then Stephen goes, doo 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 doo.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
I'll burn you a mix. I'll get Curtis to burn you a mix. Like, so this song's about murder now?
Yeah.
So, like, there's a hatchet, got a knife, gun, rope, brick. I think he was playing Clue before he went to sleep. He likes board games.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
Did it in the library.
You mentioned mustard. Paperthin Hymn. I always say the meanings. How about you read it?
Paperthin Hymn is about Stephen's grandma who passed away. The last 9 years of her life, she had a medical condition where she could have died at any moment because her heart was so thin. Hence Paperthin Hymn. And she never told any of her family. She used to call Stephen's family every Sunday, so the first line of the chorus is, "Who's gonna call on Sunday morning?"
Oh.
I mean, that's something that totally goes over people's heads unless you understand that. Last couple of lines are, "I just want one more chance to put my arms in fragile hands."
Oh.
That's just so sad. Also, when they were in the studio, the guitarist Joey Milligan's sister passed away at 29, which is terrible. So this song is also about that. Great music video, but it's not related to what Stephen wrote about.
Right,
right?
now you're reading my notes here.
Well, you told me to read your notes.
Oh, just the meaning. Yeah, so the music video, they threw some money at that bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
Especially compared to Ready Fuels, which we don't talk about. And then the first music video for this album was A Day Late, which is good, but this one is very, very cinematic.
Absolutely.
It has good color timing. There's a sad twist at the end. Story has nothing to do with what Stephen wrote about or even what Joey Mulligan's situation was, but it's a good story in itself.
Are you pronouncing his name correctly? Is it Milligan or Mulligan?
I have no idea.
Because I said Mulligan.
Well, his name's not listed in here, so how the frick would I know?
As long as we got Joey...
Oh, fudge, it's Milligan. I've been saying Mulligan.
As long as we got Joey Bruce's name right. He's the Joey that matters.
So I feel like this song is like a pretty good gateway into Anberlin, and I feel like it was a gateway for a lot of Anberlin fans.
Even like, our peers in high school that didn't listen to like Christian rock or whatever were like really into this song.
Yep, it was a big song. Stationery. This song is about Stephen having a dream about killing their drummer this time. No, wait, I mixed that up. Stephen says, this song is self-explanatory. I remember telling someone that we should meet in Paris on a certain day, if neither of us were saying to anyone. And, well, we never met up, and I wrote a song about it. In the recent live stream that you can now hear, and it's now streaming on Spotify and Apple Music, before the song starts, he's like, we have no idea why we put this song as track number 3. It could have been any other song. Like, we should not have put this song here. I guess I get it in that Paperthin Hymn is so emotional and so serious that to then switch moods, it maybe feels a bit abrupt to him. But literally up to this point, we've heard nothing but songs about death.
Yeah.
The first song was about hypothetically killing, one of the band members, and then
maybe hypothetically.
And the second song was about real people dying. So this song is a nice shot of serotonin.
Yeah, something that's happier, a little bit more carefree.
So I would say this song is a sister song to Foreign Language.
I still don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
I agree with myself on this one.
Well, that's at least one vote for you. The comparison that we have talked about before is between Stationery, and A Day Late. It might be a more unpopular opinion, but I like Stationery better than A Day Late.
I do too. And it's good that we have the same opinion. in defense of the foreign language connection, I think this is a step forward from foreign language. In foreign language, from their first album, it's all about how I don't know, I can't talk to women in foreign language. You know, they speak a different language. I can't. They're so intimidated. In this song,
Yeah.
he's actually talking to a lady. They're in communication, except she ghosts him. I'm assuming that they were talking, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in a band," and she's all like, "Ah, that's so cool." And then, "Yeah, let's meet up." And then she's like, "All right, let me look this band up." And then she sees the Ready Fuels music video, and then just ghost. Maybe she met up with Joey Bruce instead in France. So also, Stephen had to ask a friend if the song title Stationery. Now pay attention to the spelling. Is cheesy.
I don't think it's cheesy. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, good. Were you that friend that told him that it wasn't cheesy then? And I guess Apple Music thought it was cheesy as well, because if you go on Apple Music to listen to this bad boy, it's just called Stationery. What the frick? Tangent about Apple Music. Maybe I'll timestamp this. Paperthin for Paperthin Hymn.
Yeah.
That is one word. Apple Music, it's 2 words.
Yeah, dude.
For shame, not done. On the next song that we're about to cover, the Symphony of Blasé, there's a little accent over the E, as there should be, and there is an apostrophe after the E for some reason.
Steve Jobs.
And the song A Day Late,
Yeah.
is called Day Late Friend on Apple Music.
So they just added a word?
And the most egregious, here, clearly, this is called The Runaways. Apple Music, Runaways.
How do you make those main mistakes?
I don't know, but whoever put this information on Apple Music must have also mastered the album, or it was Joey Bruce.
It had to be Joey Bruce. Bring up that picture again. Let's take a look.
The Symphony of Blaze. No, it's Blasé. The Symphony of Blasé, which means bland, right? Unimpressed or indifferent to something because one has experienced or seen it so often before.
So you're wrong.
I disagree with this.
Okay.
Originally, the song was called Amsterdam.
Would you have preferred it to be that title?
I don't care.
Okay.
But so anyway, the meaning, so a girl Stephen was seeing went overseas. Where do you think she went?
Paris?
That's what I thought too. She made some poor decisions, so they had to break up.
It just says poor decisions.
So I gotta use my imagination. I'm assuming that she slept with someone, possibly Joey Bruce.
Why does it have to be sleeping? I mean, could have just been like poor money management.
You asked for my imagination, so sleeping.
Yeah, well.
She was sleeping with someone.
Won't be going there again.
She slept with Joey Bruce, and she came back to Stephen, and she had clown makeup smudged all over her face.
What? Yeah, I think back then this was a song that I just would skip. I mean, it's the first time that it breathes in the album. I mean, I think at that time, like, I was just like looking for more energy and more rock, and then once you hit this, just like it's like a barrier to entry to get to A Day Late and, you know, back into the action of the album.
We had so much testosterone in high school. It's wavered out. Is that a term?
I guess, yeah. It's no,
okay.
it's not.
It's wavered out.
Petered out. You could say petered out.
It's petered out, like penis. Our testosterone levels have lowered, you know, now that we're nearing our 30s.
Now that we're old and aging.
Yeah, so we can appreciate the sensitive, more feminine songs of Anberlin.
Yeah. No,
Did I say feminine?
maybe.
I meant sensitive.
I think it's grown on me over the years. It's like their first ballad, right?
Hey, that was my point from the first video.
Yeah, but you weren't gonna say it. You totally forgot
That
about
was my point. Yes. I happen to agree with you.
Let me drink out of my vase.
You're a vase. And I really dig how they do this song live now, and it's captured via the live stream that they just posted. Stephen changes up the vocals, especially in the chorus. It's not so copy and paste now, and really dig that.
Yeah.
So check out the live stream version of this. A Day Late.
Or Day Late Friend if you're listening on Apple Music.
So this song is about when his girlfriend was a day late.
Or like pregnancy?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that part.
Wow.
So meaning, this song is about everyone's fantasy, and if you say it's not one of your fantasies, you're a GD liar. A girl that Stephen liked in high school, that I'm assuming she didn't like him back, came back into his life years later, you know, after high school, and she had the hots for him. Isn't that that's your dream, right? It's mine too. And here's the best part. Stephen was in a committed relationship, and he chose that, and he said nay to this girl from high school, which probably means she just got fat.
What?
And that is supported in the lyrics. Stephen says, "But I must confess you're so much more than I remember." More what? More gut. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But probably. It's easy to turn down a girl, you know.
I suppose. Or maybe just like doing, you know, the high ground, taking the high ground by staying in the relationship that he was committed in.
No, I don't think so. So this is the first single off the album. Did you think that it should have been?
It's just like this album is just has so many good songs that it's been like, oh yeah, this should have been the first single. I mean, I feel like so many other good ones that I feel like you could have done too.
Well, I guess at the time there was a market for a song like this.
Sure, right.
So it was a good choice. And,
yeah,
I liked
smart.
it. I liked it then, and I like it now. Try and find this music video on YouTube. I could not. I could only find it on Daily Motion.
Yeah.
And it was uploaded 14 years ago, and it's in glorious 380p quality. Steven's face is like made up of, you know, 4 pixels. It's a nightmare. So good pick for a single for its time.
Yeah, yeah.
Good song. What a great song. Good job, Steven. You did it.
What? You keep drinking that.
You made a great song.
Next song is The Runaways. Runaways is one of my favorites off this album. You could feel the emotion like coming through the lyrics. I think that's what maybe grabs me the most. Like he's like really like speaking back at this person that's hurt him.
And who is that person? I'll tell you. So the
Joey Bruce.
Meaning of the song is, so Stephen chased a girl around.
You know, there are a lot of women in Steven's life, I'm starting to realize.
Yeah, he was kind of...
What a lucky guy.
So he chased this gal around, this harlot, and that's what she wanted him to do, Stephen says. And as soon as he stopped going after her, that's when she became interested in him. I love that there's technically 2 opening riffs, but that big opening riff that later comes back in the bridge.
Yeah.
I love so much, and there's so much energy to it. The chorus does not match that energy, and therefore I am left a little bit disappointed. But the bridge, the riff comes back, and Stephen has some vocals over that riff, and it's fantastic, but during the chorus and the bridge, I'm kind of left twiddling my thumbs a little bit.
Time and Confusion, track number 7.
Time and confusion, meaning. Stephen says that at this point in their career, they were very poor, but it didn't matter because they were living their dream and their goals as a band. So Stephen says that this record and the time period around it was his favorite in the entire existence of Anberlin. Side note, he just had a dream about killing one of his band members, and this is his favorite time period. I'm starting to see why they broke up. Anyway, so great. We got some very happy whoa-ohs, yes, and do you find them necessary?
I mean,
neither do I.
It's okay.
If you do love the whoa-ohs and yeah-ahs, steer clear of their next album.
I really like the chorus. When time and confusion collide, sing it, I hold it all when I hold you. I don't want to use the word cute, but I mean, it's kind of a...
Yeah, it's cute.
It's kind of a cute line. Yeah, I mean, just like I pit Stationery against A Day Late, I also kind of pit Time and Confusion against the track that we have not talked about yet, Audrey, Start the Revolution. And I kind of like this one a little bit more. I think it has the edge on that one a little bit more. Oh, the Feel Good Drag.
Yeah, so the next song is called The Feel Good Drag, similar to a song called Feel Good Drag, off of another one of their albums called New Surrender, and of course not to be confused with Mouse Fire's big hit, Feel Good Drag. So this song is about how sometimes songs are buried at the end of an independent album, but then later re-recorded for a major label release, and then the song gets really popular, and then all the people that knew about the song before all get pissed off and say that the original version is better. It's also about staying in a crappy relationship because it's easy and it's comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the second one.
So for those in the dark, this album is on an independent label, Tooth and Nail, represent. This song was not a single on this album. So it's buried, you know, it's one of the later tracks. At the time, kind of an obscure song of theirs, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, when you have other like big hitters, and I mean, you already released other singles that go big, this is one of those songs, I guess, that get lost in the rest of the track list.
So 2 albums after this, they are now signed onto a major label with money, and they decide to re-record this song, and it becomes the biggest song of their career. And there are many fans who say, this version is better. Screw the new version, and screw all you people that found out about Anberlin. I knew about them before. And we're one of them. I think it's worth going through the differences between the Friendship version and the New Surrender version, okay? So there are differences that many...
Hold on a second.
What?
Do we want to say that for the New Surrender video?
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's less to talk about for that album.
We're gonna save it for New Surrender. And I even have a scoreboard. I went through all the... but you'll have to wait. This coffee is really good. Nothing like coffee from Anberlin City's mug. Oh, thank you for the mug. This is a birthday present from Alex.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
And there's nothing like water from TNT.
Stave and Buster's, respect.
Audrey, start the revolution! Exclamation point.
Oh, I didn't put that in my notes. Let me just... exclamation mark. That's the one with the line and the dot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Wow.
grammar for you.
Oh, so he's shouting. So he's talking about Audrey Hepburn. He admired her for her humanitarian work. So here's what's funny. So Stephen wanted this to be like the Anberlin anthem song. Specifically their version of like the boys are back in town. He specifically put that song in the notes. Like he wanted like their own version of that. I know that when I think of songs like that, I also think of Audrey Hepburn.
Do you?
Well, more specifically, her humanitarian work. Wait, this one over Time and Confusion, or the other way around?
No, Time and Confusion I like over the song. Not to say that this is a bad song by any stretch of imagination. I just think it sounds too close to it, and they're only separated by one song. So I feel like, you kind of hit Time and Confusion, then you come to this, not too long after that, and it's like, well, if I had to pick.
My notes are very, very small. The thought that I have, I've said about other songs. Kind of like what you said. It's like, we've already heard this, but it's good.
Sure.
Next song is called That Minute-Long Instrumental Song That Everyone Just Skips.
A heavy-hearted work of staggering genius.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Track 10.
It's a minute of pretty unembellished, dark tones and riffs. Completely instrumental.
It's moody, it's heavy. Oh, heavy's in the title. This is like the second time it breathes on the album, and it's right before the closer. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Does it lead well into the closer to you?
No, I don't think so. The juxtaposition of like the atmosphere of this song to either Audrey or to Dance Dance, it's very startling, I think.
I'll tell you where this track came from, according to Medium.com.
How reliable is Medium.com?
It was a very reliable, Medium.
Okay.
So it was recorded by Joey Milligan and the engineer, and it was recorded while Joey's sister was battling cancer. The rest of the band heard it, and they thought that it encapsulated the emotions that Joey was going through, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It sounds like last year's live stream of this album. The first 10 to 15 seconds of the live stream opens with the opening of this track. Speculation, I'm wondering if they wanted this track to be the intro to the album, much like Debut was for their next album. This track fades out, and I think if they didn't make it fade out but make it connect to the of Friendship, I think it could have really worked.
Last song, track number 11, is Dance Dance Christa Päffgen, I believe is pronounced.
Oh, Päffgen.
Päffgen?
That's what I found somewhere.
She's never introduced herself to me, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, she's dead. That is the real name of Nico. You know Nico.
Do I know Nico?
Yeah, that singer, model, heroin addict. She was on the Velvet Underground's first album with a banana.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually Velvet Underground and Nico.
Oh, okay.
Andy Warhol crap that people pretend to like, but no one really likes.
Yeah.
This song is really about some girl Steven knew, an ex's older sister, who lived off of Richmond, like a fine gold digger, and spent her life hopping around in Vegas, one adventure to the next. The bridge is the most interesting part of the song, arguably. So the first line of the bridge is, "You'll adore me before the night is over." And in the CD booklet, What does it say before that line? Let's open up our books, everyone. You too.
Everybody have their books open?
Wait, not yet. It's page... the last one.
Dear Stephen Patrick.
Yeah, it says, Dear Stephen Patrick, and then...
You'll adore me before the night is over.
Dear Stephen Patrick, while it's in the lyrics, he does not sing that. Or does he? No, he doesn't.
I don't think he does.
But, in the new live stream, which you can now stream, he almost sings that. He says, oh, Stephen Patrick, yeah. And then he goes into that line. So, who is this Stephen Patrick? Stephen Patrick is none other than Maz. So Morrissey, for those that don't know, he's a very, very famous vegetarian. He also sings. So he was the lead singer of the Smiths. So why would he say that? Why would he say, Dear Stephen Patrick, and then, you know, because that doesn't relate to anything. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Stephen, Christian, likes Morrissey, old Mozzie boy.
Okay.
And they, Anberlin, were trying to make this song sound like a Smiths song.
Thank you.
Hold them up. And I've heard a few of their albums.
Yeah.
And I can only speak for myself when I say, what? I mean, I don't care. Honestly, if they made a song that sounded like the Smiths, then I'd be complaining that it sounds too much like the Smiths. The chorus has a freaking disco beat to it. Yeah. I think that completely works. I like that chorus a lot. But I wouldn't call this a Smiths song, but it's very good.
Oh, it's definitely my favorite Anberlin closer out of their whole discography. Of course, like I got nostalgia on my side too with it being, you know, the first Anberlin record that I've listened to. But you know, I like the build up at the very beginning. You got the drum beats that are going and it kind of builds up to the chorus.
Then there's this 2-minute bridge. The biggest disappointment to me is that right after that, they just go back to that same old chorus that we've heard already 2 times now. I really wish that they had given us a different variation of that chorus.
Add some more flair around it.
Yeah,
to
a more
differentiate it.
A bigger version of that chorus. So that's it for the official album. If only there was some kind of bonus track that was really good that we both liked that we wanted to both talk about.
So,
if only there was a bonus track that we both wanted to talk about that was never officially released.
You dug this up recently. I completely missed that there was like a demo. I think it's technically considered a demo as opposed to a B-side called New Fast Automatic. So if you have not listened to it, it is on the YouTube. I encourage you to listen to it because it's a very good song.
So from what I read, Stephen accidentally leaked some lyrics from that song, and then people were like, what is that from? And Stephen was like, oh, that's from a song that we never finished on Friendship. And then in 2011, Joey Milligan took all the tracks and mixed them and then just released them unofficially. And it's out there. It's very good. It's very, very catchy.
I would have liked it to be on this record if they would have like swapped out Audrey Start the Revolution with New Fast Automatic.
Okay, yeah.
But at that point, you've gone so far down on the track list, maybe you're getting fatigued by, you know, hearing the different pop songs or whatever. A song like New Fast Automatic, you know, continues that attention and like keeps you engaged, I think. Thank you guys for watching our second review of Anberlin, their second album, Never Take Friendship Personal. Again, if you haven't seen our first review, Blueprints for the Black Market, check it out. There'll be some context to Anberlin if you weren't aware. There'll be some context to these videos that we do, or context to John and I. And we look forward to our next video. Might be cities, but we shall see.
Oh man, all this coffee, I'm really screwed tonight. 4 a.m. I'm still...
I know where Joey Bruce lives. I know the last 4 digits of his social security number.